Bang, 100, the end of the road. Hello, Path of Exile players. Path of Exile here, Dirty Mirror, Terrible Painting, and today I want to talk to you about my thoughts, couple of loose thoughts after Necropolis League. I mean after, because I've reached 100 level, so the league is over. Nah, I will do the challenges now. So it will be a couple of my thoughts, plus I will tell something about leveling process. Plus, as you can see in the intro, I've managed to find a map with 38 divines drop, so you can watch this in the background. So let's start. And yeah, so about leveling. Leveling in this league was much more fun than it used to be, and mostly to the fact that I was able to do it on the maps, while normally leveling on the maps was tragic. But thanks to new Atlas change and new Scarab change, of course, the Domination Scarab gave additional boost which was needed for running this strategy. So it was great. So this was about leveling. I was managed to reach it 100 yesterday after total, I guess, exp per hour from level 98 was 100 million 10, I guess, something like this. It was done totally solo without any group help, etc., or group play like Chayula, like Simulacrum group, etc., or 5-way. I was doing it solo. I've also tried to do it in the Simulacrum or in the 5-way solo, but it was too hard to do it and too dangerous, actually. The domination strategy was not that dangerous, and I was using the omen of amelioration. Sorry, I don't remember the word. To prevent 3/4 of explos. So it was much easier. Yeah, so this was about leveling. You can check my guide if you want to see how exactly I was doing it from level 95 till 100. I did not change the strategy. Well, I changed one thing. From Delirium I went to Breach, and because Delirium was too harsh on 99 and 100. I mean, it was doable, but it was higher risk. So I've got almost finished build. I've got like 40 million DPS on Path of Building, something like this. Still, I can, of course, make some improvements, but they will be costly. Oh, and I'm running EA Ballista. So about the new league, which is the whole reason for making this video. I'm a player with like almost 4,000 hours in Path of Exile, and most of those hours were were slacking. No, never mind. But so I love this game, right? I love it, and that's why it will be hard to point some shortcomings and some problems with this league. So about my opinion, I think this league was, I would say, average, because there were things I like, there were things I totally hate, and there were things with some benefits and some downsides. So let's start with the pluses, the good things about this league. We'll do it like giving a feedback incorporation. So what I like about you, Necropolis League, was that you are never late. No, there was new Atlas, which was great. The total revamp of this Atlas, the total number of changes with the Atlas and the Scarabs was enormous. It really could be as a league, and they could say, okay, we are done. But that was great. Although, as a content creator, all my tutorials from previous leagues are worth nothing now, and nobody is watching them. And I've made like 500 hours into those tutorials. Okay, oh well, but still, I had fun, so you know. So this is about New Atlas. It's great. It's giving you a lot of diversity in builds and in strategies and giving you a lot more power. About the 5-wave change, which was 5-wave was nerfed and the leveling process was boring. Now it's not boring. You can do it on the map. So this is also a plus. A plus. You need to also acknowledge. Now the things which I think that were neutral because they for some people they can be benefits, from others those will be downside, and those are the modifiers, the all flames. It gives you a lot of possibilities for interesting combos, but all those modifiers are generally making map harder and harder for new players to even enter the content. So this is something which I have neutral opinion about. So if you have 60 million DPS, still you will face roll all the content. So it for the end game players, they are like a breeze. So quality of lives were great, but they were done for wrong reasons, and this is to compete with TFT and for all this drama. So maybe they won't be even implemented if the drama would not happen. So this is for all the wrong reasons, and we still need some more changes to this. Mostly with the currency interaction with the stashes. So you have a lot of work to do, GGG, in terms of quality of life, but cool that you finally started to do it. Let's call it like this. T17 maps were a great addition for endgame players to create new level of content and to run, but they were broken at the start, and they're while I'm filming this video, they are still broken because they are now too easy and they were too hard at the start. So it's hard to balance them, but this is a good attempt overall. Still, I like the Valdo puzzle boxes drop, the higher drops last league more, I guess. And now I'm feeling like that they're okay, but the bosses could be terrible. And if you are, and some of the modifiers are currently breaking the build. So this is, I don't know if it should be like this, that even if the player is best of the best, still they cannot run this content. So now to the lowest point of this league. So first of all, league mechanic with the coffins was initially, of course, broken. Nobody would like it. Still, it's not great. It covers too much of the space on the screen, and I do not like to interact with this mechanic, although I need to, because sometimes I need to click on those coffins just to make them disappear. And it's supposed to be something like we had already in the Synthesis League, which I love. I totally loved this Carcassonne-like building content, and I could run it for hours, days, months. Please give me Synthesis to core, please. Not just those Cortex, which was actually the worst content of Synthesis League. So this is about the coffins. I do not want to interact with the cemetery, and I still feel that I should, because there are broken items created there, and thanks to this, all other items on the market are worth close to nothing. So I find Graveyard pretty boring and not that usable or user friendly. You need to think about a lot of stuff, and probably you need an external guide. You won't understand it by yourself, which would be okay if the process of learning would be that, let's say, would be would be solo achievable, and I don't think it is really. Watching first guide will give you more info than doing it by yourself for days. So this is about the Necropolis. The economy, which is another probably the biggest minus of this league, biggest downside. I think personally that economy is totally broken this league. I've bought a headhunter for 18 divines, which is unacceptable. As you can see in this map, which I'm running currently, I made 38 divines, so I could buy 2 headhunters for the drop of this map. Economy was broken because it failed 5 times already. We had exploit on divination card, then exploit on fractured items, which means that all the fractured items went to 0. Then exploit with Einhar, who was able to kill the T17 boss by one-shotting. I don't know about how this exploit worked because I didn't create an atlas for it, so I didn't pull it off, but it was possible, and I believe that Sir Gogis was talking about this exploit. So this was the third one. Fourth is now that T17 maps are too easy, the currency drops are enormous, and there was also an exploit of Rogue Exiles, one with the fracture orbs, and there was another one. I believe 5 times the economy already was defeated, and thanks to this, some people left, which is understandable. Sadly, I'm sorry, and I feel for you. But I understand this decision, and the price of divine per chaos was dropping, and all the uniques which were created from the divinations cards also dropped enormously. So there is no chase item because of those headhunters and mage blood drops, and it means that the emotions aren't that great. And when we are in the emotion case, let's talk about the divination mechanic. I mean the divine orbs modifiers. They are like a big total gamba. So I've encountered 3 times those divination modifiers, which means that something and something will give you divine orb. It could be a percentage chance, and on this map, which you are watching currently, I had change from jewellery to divination to divine orbs, and so I've changed the whole pack to Rogue Exile. It was after nerf, and still I got 38 divines, which you can currently see it on the map. Yeah, so this is, and I have a friend who is also a really big Path of Exile enthusiast, and he was also playing for some time with me and got probably same amount of hours, and he didn't drop Divine Altar, and he was 70 divines behind me, and I've dropped 2 Divine Altars during the first 2 days, so I was far behind him. I could buy Polaric, I could buy Diadan, I could buy Endgame Bow on the second day. I don't complain, it was cool, but still, I feel for him, and I feel for every player which has same problem, and I think it's not good. It's not good, and it's not good for the new players who will run less amount of maps and probably will feel that all other players are dropping those divine orbs, but not them. Plus, it's giving a loophole that you could roll and roll and roll and roll and roll all the maps you could get, which probably could be beneficial, even if you are not using any Scarab. So, and last but not least, the new mechanic makes campaign hard for new player, and I am not a campaign fan, and I know that most of you aren't also. If you like the campaign, please, I can prescribe you good medicine. So please take your medicine. No, sorry, I know that you are there, but still, it's a joke. It's a joke. I know that 5% of you like the campaign, and this is a problem for the others. So yeah, that's about it. So I've told you everything I think of new Necropolis League, and let's go to the challenges now and then to the new league. See you soon. Buff of Exile out. If you like this video, you can sub, like, etc. And if you have any question, of course, ask them in the comments. And see you later, guys. Cheers.